Keir Starmer has gone full Beelzebub mode. Sure, he'd already earned a special place in hell for his time as head of the Crown Prosecution Services, allowing rape gangs to commit hundreds of thousands of crimes against defenseless girls, and labeling as racist anyone who complained. But now he's upped his game. He's working on mass starvation. Here's Labour's new policy, getting rid of farms to advance net zero goals. Yeah, they're getting rid of the countryside for solar farms. And it's supposed to be great for birds, insects, and fish. Not so much for humans. Even insects have priority over humans. Less farms, less food. And they've already announced plans to bring in another 5 million migrants over the next few years. More people, less food. A simple formula for starvation. In fact, Starmer is following the playbook I outlined in my video, How to Become an Evil Supervillain, where I outlined famine as the best tool for an evil supervillain. And net zero isn't really about zero carbon. It's more about getting the economy to zero. If you really want to reduce carbon emissions in the UK, you don't take any immigration. More people, more energy consumption? Simple math. And look at the carbon footprint per capita. People are moving to Britain from lower carbon countries. Their emissions go up as soon as they arrive. A real carbon strategy would be to have Brits move to lower carbon countries, preferably ones where you don't have to heat the house in winter. The details of the plan are insane. Wind and solar farms are supposed to improve bird and insect habitat? Eliminating farms to grow trees? Well, yeah, trees grow by absorbing carbon dioxide from the air. But then again, so do the crops that grow on the farm. The idea just puts a productive farmer out of business for nothing. Theoretically, the UK could buy more food from another country. Brazil could rip down more of the Amazon to grow more food to make up for the British food reductions. But how does that help the planet? But how do you pay for the extra food imports? These net zero policies have resulted in such high energy prices that British goods can't compete on the export markets, making it harder to pay for anything. So Starmer is just making the country poorer without changing the weather one bit. Another part of the plan is to spend £70 billion on carbon capture. That's using giant machines to suck carbon dioxide out of the atmosphere. It's ridiculously expensive, since the air contains only 0.04% carbon dioxide. It'll take a lot of sucking, since they want to capture billions of tons of CO2. Starmer's team calls it an investment, but there's no rate of return. They are literally burying tax money in a giant sinkhole. There's already a big stink about a major Labour Party donor getting the right to run a lucrative solar farm. Imagine the corruption when you start awarding £70 billion of carbon capture projects. And if an unscrupulous carbon guy bills the government for burying carbon, how are you ever going to know if it was really buried or didn't seep back into the atmosphere? Hey, Starmer already topped the list for gifts before he became leader. Don't you think he's going to get a cut of $70 billion? Why not? He's going to hell anyway. And for more insight, check out my video, How to Become an Evil Supervillain.